Welcome viewers to yet another episode of Iniya Sandippu, and we are continuing with the third part of listening to the exciting and very very meaningful stories of Mrs. Jebaseeli Emmanuel. So very nice to have you Akka once again. And the last episode when we concluded, she shared a very very beautiful incident of how a life was touched as she shared the gospel and how she got the boldness after that. So ENFI has played a very important role in her life as well as it continues to play in the life of many other nurses. So let's go on to the episode for today and let's listen to what all ENFI has done in the lives of many. So you were talking to us about the responsibilities that you held, as a very early in your marriage life, a very important role in the hospital, as well as you had this treasurer role in ENFI. So how did you manage these two together, or did you get more involved with ENFI, or did you shrug off any responsibilities? Do share with us.
Yes, as I said, I was working in the dispensary, so I could spare my second part of the day. That's after 2 o'clock till 5 o'clock with the ENFI office work. And in the year 1995, when Ms. Jessie Allen submitted her resignation, resigned from the post of General Secretary, they had no one to replace. That point of time, the committee requested me to take care of the office, since I was going regularly in the afternoon with one office person who was dealing with the accounts. I agreed because it was only 1 year, they said. They said, meantime they will find a person. And it continued for 20 years. They could not replace, the General Secretary. I was only officiating because I was working in the government sector, the morning hours, and it was really hectic for me. Because full of office work, in between I even didn't have office staff. I had to do everything, account writing, everything. We had regular newsletter being published and magazine work, Nurses Link magazine every 3 months. Of course we had editor and committee people were helping me. Those days we didn't have mobile and all. So over the phone or through letter they were guiding me. Especially to say here, Mrs. Dora Abraham was the first editor, and that was from the year 1970. She continued, and she used to write everything, complete everything, and in points she will write instructions to me. She trained me in that way. So that was published in the office. So office work, accounts, correspondence, coordinating the ministry. I was not a trained full-time staff worker at all. I am a secular person, and somehow God, since He entrusted me with the responsibilities, He also enabled me with His grace and help from above. And here I would acknowledge the help of UESA. Whenever I run to UESA office for any help regarding the ministry or any advice, they were there to help me. Reverend Arthur Hope was available at all time. Whenever I requested him, he will help me. He will come to the office and guide me. And at home, my husband was at the back of me for everything. My children were small. And in the year when I took up the responsibility, my daughter was 1 year old. And after 2 months, my son had a fall from the terrace. And I had my question, he had head injury. And I had question whether it is God's will that I took up. And the whole fellowship was supportive to me. They prayed for my son and he recovered completely from the impact, and he is normal as before. He was weaned off from all the medicines by 1 year time. And he studied well. He completed his, engineering, and he is with Volvo India, leading a team, living in Sweden now. That's God's grace. No, I had office work. Sometimes I used to go for Bible study outside to General Hospital, children's hospital, maternity hospital, because we had no workers also. Hardly we had workers in the available locally. That ministry also I had to coordinate. And now when I look back, I am amazed the way God brought this ministry despite my weakness and setbacks.
Right.
God sustained the ministry during those years from 95 to 2015.
So you have shared your experiences and challenges. A very young mother having 1-year-old child and a full-time work in the government hospital, plus having additional ministry responsibilities, facing a lot of challenges which questioned you, but still you ran this race of faith, serving the Lord with so much of sincerity, and God has blessed you and honored you and your family, and you're definitely a witness to it. So I'm sure all those who are watching will be blessed by your testimony that you have shared today. So in what all capacities have you helped this organization to grow? So you joined as a treasurer and then you replaced the secretary for almost 20 years. So what are the other capacities that you have helped this organization?
The year 2015, I resigned from the post of officiating secretary as per the advice of the auditor, because government had some demands, FCRA and other things, and I was working in the government sector. So I resigned, but I continued my ministry in my own way. Mrs. Roslyn Jaikaran, the former dean of CMC Vellore, was available at that time to take up my responsibility. And after my retirement, I joined again as a treasurer now. But more than the treasurer, I would say I am in the field now with the staff worker, the new staff worker, guiding her, helping her, going along with her to every place for retreats, camps and other ministerial purposes.
So having a lot of administrative roles to play, and then taking the organization to a whole new level, and now going back and helping the grassroots workers, hand-holding them and helping them to grow and guide is yet another beautiful thing that you've been doing. And praise God for all the experiences that you have shared. So when you look back, what do you think are the biggest milestones of ENFI, or what are the breakthroughs that you have seen over the decades?
The ministry started in Maharashtra with Sister Lily Bonner, and 1964 she took up the General Secretary post. Under her leadership, various other leaders, pioneers were there from Interserve India, and some of them are from abroad and some of them are from India. There are many names that I have to mention, and they all worked in different places, northern part of India and south also, and carried on the ministry, established the ministry in almost every state in south area, southern part of India, in Tamil Nadu, then Karnataka, Mary Lou, and Kerala, Miss Mariamma Chako, and Andhra. Initially the office was there, so Lily Bonner started the work, and then North, Uttarakhand, UP, Delhi, Punjab, Chandigarh, all these places the ministry was established, in different period. And then she, being a Assami, Sister Lily Bonner was an Assami, she took the ministry to Northeast in Mizoram, Assam, Meghalaya and Nagaland. All these places we have ministry now.
It's wonderful to know that a small seed has grown into such a big movement, we can say, making sure that there are footprints in every state of our country, and every nurse in every part of our country is benefited. So if you think of ENFI and the church on two sides, how would you connect it, or what is the connection between the organization and the church?
ENFI is not a church, but it is interdenominational. Members come from different walks of faith, but we hold the basis of faith from the evangelical churches. Now, that is commonly held by the evangelical churches. That's our aim. We want the nurses to be involved in the ministry and to contribute to the local church wherever they go.
Yes. So it's nice to know that you take people from all denominations and they come together and they practice their faith in professing the gospel as well as in taking forward this health ministry. So probably there are many viewers among us who are nurses or in the medical field. So who can become a member of ENFI? Is it open to all the working nurses? You can just give them a scenario of how it is.
Yeah, membership as such is free on one condition. They should have the saving knowledge of Jesus Christ. They should have been a saved person, regardless of their denomination. So that is our aim. We encourage only Christian saved nurses to be a part of ENFI so that we can move on with the vision.
So this is a very good platform for every person who calls himself or herself as a nurse and has professed that Jesus is their savior to be a part of it and continue to grow. So what are the challenges that ENFI faces today as a ministry organization?
Though the ministry was established in early 64 maybe, we have covered only 15 states as of now, and most of the northern states are neglected. For the entire pool of nurses, I would say there are in our country there are about 21 lakhs registered nurses, whereas only 4,000 are our members. And to cater to the nurses across India, we have only 4 full-time staff workers. One in Tamil Nadu, one in Andhra, one in Telangana, and one in Mizoram. 2 are in Mizoram. And otherwise, we have 17 associate staff. Associates are the one who already have a work at hand, regular work at hand. They are willing to spend some time every week towards the development of the ministry. They sacrifice themselves, honorarily they work for the ministry. With those resources only we are moving on. We need more nurses to come forward to take up this ministry, because if a nurse goes and approaches an institution, they are willing to welcome us. A non-nurse will find very difficult to relate with the problems that a nurse encounters in her spiritual and personal life. And also, our income also are limited. Our nurses who involve in the ministry only contribute towards this ministry. So I know thus far the Lord has provided. We are in a rented building. God is providing us when there is a need. God is taking us through. These are the challenges that we face every month.
So now that you have shared your heart and told us the different problems and the challenges that the organization is facing, what would you like to tell our audience? What are the things that the nurses who are watching us, how can they support this ministry, and how can they get involved, and how can they help this to move forward?
As a Christian nurse, they can pray regularly for this ministry, and they can be part of the ministry. They can become a member, because membership is free, and they can join in a fellowship in their respective institution and be part of the fellowship, encourage other nurses to grow in the Lord and to grow in their faith. Also, they can, if they do not have a fellowship in their place, they can pray reaching out other institutions where there are Christian nurses, and form a fellowship, maybe in their hospitals or in the nearby place in somebody's house or anywhere. They can meet every week for Bible study and prayer and to grow in the Lord. And also they can encourage students and other nurses to participate in the camps, retreats and seminars that we organize every now and then, and even so that they are encouraged by seeing others, hearing from other states the report and other things. They are encouraged. On the whole, they can also, because we have the magazine, we need articles from our own nurses. It's published for them. So when they write their life experiences, that will be an encouragement for the others who read it. So whoever has the gift of writing, we encourage them to write articles for the magazine. And also, if God, moves them, they can contribute for the ministry, because this is for nurses, by nurses and through nurses, and they only support. So we need to move forward in the ministry till God returns, Jesus Christ comes. That's my desire.
So you have mentioned about the publications and how nurses write articles. Is there any particular book or the monthly magazines that you are sending out? If you mention the names, I'm sure it will be an encouragement for the viewers to read through it.
Yes, we have regular newsletter that will, inform about the activities that is going on in different states across India. Apart from that, also gives income expenditure state of our accounts. Every month, that whatever we receive it and give account clearly to our constituent members. And the magazine is once in 3 months. Apart from that, we have some books for our Bible study, Christian Walk book, that encourages nurses to develop leadership, to take Bible study on their own, on different topics, like they learn from basics in the Bible. It's all biblical. It's like a workbook. And also Partners with God in Caring Ministry. These 2 books were written by one Miss Chelama Unni. She was a full-time staff worker after resigning from Maharashtra State Director post. And also we have the Bible study guide for nurses. These were the books that we have to equip nurses.
So looking back at this beautiful journey as a nurse, as a servant of God, and as a part of ENFI, what is the most grateful thing you are to God for?
I'm thankful to God for, that I realized that He has called me to this ministry. Though I did my secular job and other things, He has entrusted the responsibilities and, fulfill my heart's desire to serve Him. God is not a debtor to anyone. Though I was involved in the ministry, I had challenges, but my family is blessed. When I look back, my family is blessed, and God has given me help to move forward. And I can see the fruits. Some of the Bible study students, when they were students, they attended the Bible studies regularly. And they were being benefited, and they are living for God, and they are leaders today.
Thank you, Akka, for sparing your time and for sharing such a rich tapestry of life, faith, and your service. Your story is a powerful reminder that the care extends beyond hospitals and it reaches hearts. To all our viewers, if you are a nurse or if you know one, do become a part of ENFI and discover a fellowship that nurtures your heart and your hands. Thank you for staying tuned. Goodbye.